Hey everyone, TJ Hernandez here, and I'm the founder of RosterCoach.com, a classroom-style video-based website that's designed to help you improve your daily fantasy sports game. To give you an idea of what RosterCoach has to offer, here's a preview of one of our recent lessons, an introduction to MLB DFS on DraftKings. If you enjoy the video, please like and share it, and don't forget to leave a comment below.
Tom Beluco here, going to do a MLB breakdown for you. This video is going to talk about DraftKings and the very basic concepts behind DraftKings MLB product. I'm going to discuss with you all the positions, how the scoring works, and I'll throw in some tidbits of strategy to get you basic players off on the right foot here, get you introduced to this fine sport of MLB DFS. For those of you who have played NBA or NFL in the past, very similar stuff. Should be a nice smooth transition. But we will have many videos after this to get you guys really engulfed into the MLB spirit, figuring out that strong strategy, different game types, whether it's cash games or GPPs, and also we'll talk about some other resources you can use to help your DFS research in the MLB world. All right, so first things first, I'm on the DraftKings site right now. I'm in a $3 tournament called the MLB 125K Moonshot. It's one of their featured tournaments on DraftKings. They have it most nights at the $3 mark. And you'll see here, the first thing you'll notice is all the positions. So on DraftKings from FanDuel, the big differences on DraftKings to FanDuel, I guess there's a few differences, but one of the main ones is the two-pitcher feature. On DraftKings, they have two pitchers, whereas on FanDuel, you're asked to roster just one. And we'll go through more differences as well. If you're a FanDuel person, you're looking for the FanDuel video, it should be attached somewhere here close by. I'm doing a video breakdown for both of these sites. If you're someone who is not sure which site you want to play on yet, watch both these videos, and you can kind of take your preference there based on which video or which site you prefer. So yeah, two pitchers for DraftKings, and outside of that, catcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, and three outfield positions. You'll notice over here I have the pitcher page pulled up, and currently the top pitcher is John Lackey at 9.9K or $9,900. That's a little low for a top pitcher, especially on a 10-game slate like the main slate is here on Wednesday. Usually you'll find a stud pitcher up near 12.5, maybe even 13K if they have a strong matchup. Someone like a Kershaw or a Scherzer might be up near that 13K mark. So that's something to look for as well. It really starts to factor in, do you want to pay this much for a pitcher? Because as you can see, you only have 50,000 and you need two pitchers. So if you go with an 8,000 type guy like Nivan Nova, and then you add in a Scherzer or a Kershaw if you're on the board, you could be up to 20,000 with all of your hitters still left to go. And as you'll see in a second here, hitters are priced far lower. But it's still a lot to put into pitchers, and if they fail, especially in cash games, as I'm sure the next videos will talk about, if your pitchers fail in cash games, especially if they're high prices, there's no way you can possibly come back from that and succeed. You'd need an incredibly massive day from your hitters in order to make up for a poor pitching performance from a high-priced pitcher. One quick note about the catcher position before we move into some more aspects of DraftKings that are different from FanDuel is that you'll find that catchers are generally priced a little lower than the rest of the positions. Kyle Schwarber, Buster Posey, those are two guys that kind of stand out above the rest of the field. And then you can really find some punt catchers as you go down through the slate. You'll see that the green check marks there and the number tell you where this player is batting in the order and if he's starting. If there's a cross next to their name, that means they're officially ruled out of the starting lineup. So that is helpful that DraftKings does that. And also you can click on each player's name, gives you some information there. If I click on Schwarber's little tag there, I can get kind of an at a glance. I can get some splits here for home and away games, although those aren't really going to be as helpful as maybe lefty-righty splits would be. You can get those from a different site. I'm sure we'll talk about that more in future videos. The 10-game log is always super helpful to see what this player's done in the past 10 games. And, of course, the matchup here. Where does the team he's playing, the Cubs, rank? Where does he rank? That sort of thing. So, and then you get the news down here in the bottom left. So a nice little player page from DraftKings, very similar to NBA and NFL for each player here. One thing I'll mention for sure about the entire position pool is you do have multiple position eligibility, as they did in NBA. Kyle Schwarber, as you can see, plays catcher and outfield. And Posey plays first base and catcher. Contreras, same thing as Schwarber. And you'll see that also as we go through more positions, first base, outfield there. You see a second base shortstop for Segura, Zobrist, second base outfield. So you see a lot of these multi-position eligibility players, which is helpful when building lineups, as we know from NBA. It can get kind of tough to build the lineup you want to build if all these players are locked into one position. So the multi-position eligibility definitely helps out there on DraftKings.